This might be the cheapest car ever displayed at SEMA. Most people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their SEMA builds. This thing was $500. This is my $500 junkyard Miata that's being displayed at SEMA in about 5 days.
We're so screwed.
I don't even know if this is gonna be possible, you guys. This is the dumbest thing we've probably ever done.
The good news is every single body panel is damaged and there's caked on mud everywhere. This is gonna be great. I have no regrets.
We're gonna slap a wrap on this thing, get it all cleaned up. It's gonna happen. Let's get started.
Nose goes on getting in the wet seat and pulling it into the garage.
We did work with WePrint wraps on a full custom livery, so this is gonna be a crazy transformation. Make sure and stick around to the end of the video. We are in search of a hood right now. This one has hail damage, but nice paint. The other one has no hail damage, but horrendous paint. We're getting it wrapped, but it needs kind of good paint to cover on top of.
Fun fact, every one of these cars has a different kind of collision damage. This one was clearly in some sort of front end incident. I'm curious what that did to our hood, because it doesn't actually line up on that side.
It was in a lot of damage, to be honest. This one I bought for the engine. Supposedly it might work, and then maybe it's going in the drift car.
And that'll last all of 2 to 5 minutes before we blow it up again.
A lot of you have been asking about the twin charge drift car. It will be coming back hopefully by the end of the year. We just get swamped with the SEMA projects and had to take a back seat, which I'm really bummed about. There is ice drifting in the middle of January, so it's got to be done for that.
I think this just pulled down and our hood is actually going to be okay.
There is a motor at least.
None of the plugs are in there, which is upsetting.
Yeah, I didn't think that one through. I didn't check that out at all. There's not a lot of Miata motors left. I wonder whose fault that is.
Yeah.
Panel gaps.
Just more flawless bodywork from Bodywork, Gavin. So we're still pretty awful.
I wonder, is there something under it?
Oh yeah, it was sitting on that bad boy. Not that it makes a ton of difference, but
That's
it's
definitely better.
Oh, I'm so sorry, hood. It's almost like building an off-road car out of a car that shouldn't be an off-road car out of nothing but parts cars that have all had damage. Stuff's not gonna line up. Who would have thought? This is how all the top body professionals do it.
This broken lip. I was like, what's this held on by? It's wood screws, of course.
Hopefully that will allow us to tilt this thing out of the way.
Previous owner must have mounted a beautiful aftermarket wing on the trunk, but we don't have it anymore, so this thing's got to go. This parts car seems to have a better trunk than that parts car. These cars don't have trunks. Hey yo, it's cleaner. Not perfect, but it'll do. And while I was doing that, apparently Gavin has a solution for our hood issue.
Stupid. This is a different problem. Every time we close the hood, it just twists this front piece.
Hey,
yeah.
That's not bad though.
It wasn't so much that the hood was as jacked up as we thought. It was our bumper wasn't straight.
It took a little bit longer than you would like, but it's coming together. It looks pretty decent.
Yeah, no, and it definitely helped all of the wonkiness that we have going on.
Repairs to our light bar for the new Quake lights. Excited to represent them at SEMA.
Before we put a wrap on it, there's a couple cracks in the bodywork, and I'm gonna throw some gussets to kind of stiffen this up.
All of this flaking clear coat has to go, otherwise the wrap won't stick right. So these finish panels that go on the back right here are actually relatively rare and expensive, and this one was perfect until we took it to the sand dunes and somehow destroyed it. Luckily, the Amazon plastic welder came through and really did some good repairs. I'm actually really pumped on how this turned out. Once that's wrapped, it's not going to be perfect, but close enough for an off-road car. Like all 5 of the other cars are broken, so this is the best one we have to work with.
Remember when we said we should bring 2 cars? That was a mistake. It just seemed so cool at the time to have the tow rig with the car that it tows. Deeply regretting that.
There's probably not many channels with this few of subscribers bringing 2 cars to SEMA. We're probably not the only ones bringing 2 cars, but we might be the lowest subscriber, least qualified.
Lowest budget for sure. I don't just cut holes in the Porsche, I also cut holes in all the other cars.
No, I think we're all right.
All right, I'll be honest, guys, it's not looking a lot better yet, but it will soon. It's arguably possibly worse. After 2 days of solid work and sanding, and it's a lot of little behind the scenes type stuff that we've been doing. We found another, I don't know if it's a major issue, it's an issue.
I'd call this pretty major. That's not supposed to do that.
It's finally time to clean the old girl. We started sanding, so we got wet sand residue all over the place. We got dirt everywhere. This thing literally probably hasn't been washed since we built it.
That sounds about right.
We're gonna try some spray-on Krylon bed liner for the wheel wells.
Dude, this is Rust-Oleum. Keep my man's name out your mouth with that Krylon. No, this will be sick. Anything that isn't wrapped needs to be black, because that is gonna look phenomenal. Dylan's got a blowtorch. Everybody run. Look at that.
Oh, it's melting the whole thing though. It definitely makes a difference. It's not as clean as I wish it was, but it's blacker.
Dude, look at that.
All right, so before and after, it definitely looks better. Gavin wants to spray paint it. My worry is that it just flakes off. We got Ernie cleaning out the inside of the car because we will bed liner that here in a little bit.
We're almost there.
It's looking really good. Got the coilover out now. I just need to sand this up and then we can slap a fresh coat of paint on these and the wheel well to get it looking as nice as Gavin did the back.
That's what you want a diff to sound like. False alarm, that's just the brake rotor rattling. Whatever it is, it's a sound that's going to be solved at a later date. We are essentially at 1 day till we have to get this thing wrapped. Now if anything goes wrong, I can just blame my name.
Oh.
You know, it wasn't me.
It was the new guy.
Yeah, exactly.
We've never had this much productivity in
Yeah, my brain is short-circuiting for sure.
Cool.
I think it'll hopefully hold the wrap a little bit better. It's definitely better than it was, but we started at 0, so anything is technically progress.
There's a massive wiggle that I think just this control arm.
It's
is
almost
either,
like it's been crashed several times and it might not be straight anymore.
well, it's like a Y that has opened up. It's like a wider Y. That's a problem for another day. Now we just put some washers in there and shim it.
Honestly, that's an elegant solution and I'm proud of you. I think that's a great idea.
It's possible the washer that I tried to use didn't have a big enough hole, and now it won't actually go all the way through.
And I just got done saying how proud I was.
Literally half
Oh
a
yeah,
millimeter.
that's unfortunate.
Too small.
Someone needs to turn down the fan in my outdoor spray booth. Getting too much wind.
Picasso.
Cool. Yeah, dude. This is your Sistine Chapel.
Picasso didn't paint the Sistine Chapel, Gavin.
Look, I was too busy doing cool shit in high school, not learning about dead artists. Is that Michelangelo?
I will point out, my washer did fill the gap perfectly, and our
Oh my god,
our
that's
shake is
so
gone.
much better.
It's hard to tell because it's shaking on the jack and about to fall on my foot, but our shake in the control arm is gone.
Welcome to my new spray booth, the Predator Spray Booth 5000. Michelangelo and Picasso in my head, that's hilarious.
So when did paint the Sistine Chapel, Gavin?
I'm gonna guess that it would have been 1300s, that's my guess.
1300s?
No, I was gonna say 380.
You think it's that old?
I think it's like 16.
Loser buys pizza.
Lorenzo, do you have a guess?
400. I go in the middle.
Oh no, that's.
Alright.
He priced us right at somebody. 1508. So I think you technically beat me. I don't think anyone gets to feel good about. You were pretty close. 100 years. That's fair. Can I please do 1 large pepperoni and 1 large sausage?
He's actually buying pizza? That's crazy. I didn't think he was gonna do it.
How questionable is my decision to lay underneath this right now, Dylan?
It hasn't fallen over yet.
I like those odds.
I will say, don't bump it.
We've done a lot to the car. Making this skid plate just bolt on without having to use nuts is maybe one of my most excited modifications. Oh, that actually sucked. My eyes are watering. Ah, that explains why that sucks so much. That's like an instant 3rd-degree burn. Like,
Just adding another 10 horsepower.
yeah. Fortunately, primer gets sanded.
I don't know why I said what, Picasso.
Picasso?
380.
There was a breakdown in communication. This was $70 for the pizza.
What?
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to Ratatouille, Ratatouille obviously being top notch, I give this the restaurant that Ratatouille worked in before he started working. Almost as good as it gets.
2 Ratatouilles. It's no longer a Michelin star.
7.3.
So that's pretty close to what I said. Yours is just less fun. Yeah, I'm a buff out. Nice. That's what you want, is your freshly painted parts to fall into the rocks. It's almost like I shouldn't be using this trash can setup. But I refuse to change my ways. My lungs are on fire.
This is actually a really cool addition to have the countersunk bolts.
Yeah.
We haven't had that. We know the seal is good. We know the paint is liquid inside. It's just, can we break the seal to get that paint out without it going all over me?
Hit it harder!
Dude, I'm trying.
This can is robbing you of all the victory that you deserve.
Gavin's a real Tony Robbins over
Yeah.
there. Rise to greatness.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna empower you to...
Oh, we're close. That might be all we're getting, and we'll just like pour it on there. Hey! It pours. That's all I needed, just that tiny little bit. This is our best hood out of all 4, 5, 6, however many Miatas, 7 Miatas. So the pressure is on, but if you do actually mess it up, we have others. They're just more hail damaged and more dented. Oh. Did you measure 3 times?
I measured twice.
All right.
You know what?
Oh, no, we got it.
That's the scary part. Or else we're gonna eat Swiss cheese. Let me measure one more time. Alright, we're not too far off. We're good. It's a millimeter off. Let me know if this sounds real.
You gotta check your pants after that. Those of you interested in applying to the Rad Factory, that's a new requirement. How many people does it take to get the world's worst Miata ready for SEMA? All of this is no longer a part of that wiring harness. I feel lighter. But look at that, man.
On the money.
That's gonna be sick. Well, I'll let you keep chopping holes. I'm gonna see if I can ruin all the wiring harness. This car's had a horrible, horrible battery drain the whole time we've owned it. So rather than actually track down what is drawing the power down when it's parked, we're just gonna put a kill switch in. Is it using it the wrong way if it works? I submit that it is not. Something like that. And now I just gotta drill some holes. We're gonna riv nut that thing and we should be good to just bolt this thing on. There we go. West Coast Customs, eat your heart out.
It's like 4 layers of aluminum.
Dang, that's done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta go through and kind of clean up these wires a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with that.
Picasso.
Picasso in the Sistine Chapel.
I mean, working on the Miata's pretty close.
This will connect to our battery and we should be good. We're running out of stuff to do that I want to do anyways. It technically doesn't hit, but the moment we do some off-roading, that's gonna hit. We're not off-roading before SEMA, so I'm just gonna let that be a different Gavin's problem. This is in no way reflective of what a pile of turd this car started as. I mean, to Dylan's point though, this is both like simultaneously the best and the worst car. Like, it's so sick and it just gets destroyed every time we use it. It's officially a race car now. It's not terrible. I think if I can get it to bend a bunch more, like right here. There it is. I think I bent it the wrong direction. Oh, sick. Less kind to it. That works. We've never had a strut ever. And it's always been awful. Slowly but surely, we're dialing her in. You want some iced tea straight out of the freaking radiator? Why? Are you too good for your home? Sick with it. All I had to do was destroy the threads.
Can you get a tie on any?
No, needs to go higher.
Can you take me higher? Oh.
We might have to get the seat back off of this side.
No, stop.
I swear.
What? God damn it. Doing stuff twice, my favorite thing. So we went ahead and bolted the seating. We really screwed ourselves because we hadn't bolted the seat belts to the car yet. So we're taking this whole seat back out and we're starting from scratch. Now we can test whether or not I installed everything the right way. The fact that that didn't spark is a good sign because the battery disconnect is off. So, in theory, this will do something. Hey, look at that.
Let's see if she'll fire up. It's been a good couple of months, I think. Hey, woohoo! Well, she certainly doesn't look any better than when we started 5 days ago, but in another 5 days it will. We're dropping her off at 99 wraps and Cody's going to get her looking mint. I can't wait.
Finally gonna look the part that it's always been meant to play. Take a good look. It's the last time it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like a real race car when we're done. All right, now we're ready.
All right, we got the Miata at 99 wraps. We got Cody about to lay out the vinyl, and we get our first taste of what it's gonna look like.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
We literally 5 minutes ago realized we forgot to tell them we cut like 4 inches off of each fender, and luckily the logo still fits in between there. This is better than I thought. Like,
Yeah.
you see the little drawings and you're like, all right, that's kind of cool. But then you see it in real life and it's just next level. I mean, this car we've had for about a year and it's always looked horrible. So I'm super grateful to We Print Wraps and Cody 99 Wraps for getting it done. This is gonna be incredible. This old heavy battery did not do its job. This thing was dying on us all the time. I can honestly barely lift it. Thankfully, Anti-Gravity sent us one of their lithium batteries, and this thing Like, it's comical how light it is. It's hilarious compared to this. It's gotta be 10 pounds lighter easily, maybe more.
And what's sick, because it's a lithium, it has like literally triple the cold start amps, which is gonna help us a lot. This thing struggles on cold starts, and hopefully this will solve our problem.
When you're working with 117 horsepower, you need all the weight savings you can get. This thing is gonna help us so much. Huge shout out to anti-gravity batteries. This is clutch.
All right. Sit its happy little tuchus right there.
It's been a hectic few weeks, but we got the Miata all wrapped up and it looks amazing.
Literally, this is what we wanted for this when we first built it a whole year ago.
We could not have done this without our partners, Quake LED, for bringing us to SEMA and hooking us up with all the lights. We Print Wraps for the incredible wrap. 99 Wraps who installed it. iBox Springs keeping us bouncing around. Anti-gravity battery for literally the lightest battery I've ever felt in my entire life. And of course, Onyx Off-Road for keeping us on track.
Last but certainly not least, we want to thank you guys, the viewers. None of this is possible without you guys actually watching what we're building. We gotta stop talking, load this thing up, and get on the road for SEMA. So stay rad, and we'll catch you next time.